A warm greetings to everyone. Agriculture Makers team welcomes you to this video, and I'm very much happy to see you all again. And in this video, we are going to see the agriculture current affairs between 25th of July to 31st of July 2021. Come on, let's get into the video. In first, APEDA collaborates with Ladakh officials to boost unique agricultural produce to increase farmers' income in the region. Let's go in detail. The Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority has decided to promote and brand organic items from the Union Territory of Ladakh to boost exports of agricultural produce and enhance the farmers' incomes. And the initiative will be executed in association with officials from agriculture and horticulture departments of Leh and Ladakh districts, Sherry Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences and Technology of Jammu and Defence Institute of High Altitude Research, among others. The focus of these collaborations is to make Ladakh an organic region by 2025. About your APEDA, the parent organization is Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and don't confuse it with Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. APEDA comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The headquarters is in New Delhi and the chairman is Dr. Madhayan Angamuthu. Coming to the next, Corteva AgriScience, a global agriculture firm, signed a 3-year agreement with the 2030 Water Resources Group to transform 40,000 acres of land in Uttar Pradesh with sustainable rice cultivation techniques. They will work on promoting the use of direct seeded rice technique, hybrid seeds, and mechanized sowing instead of the traditional methods. Coming to the next, the Philippines became the world's first country to approve genetically modified golden rice for commercial production. The GM rice will help in increasing the rice productivity in the country. And it has been developed by the International Rice Research Institute in partnership with the Department of Agriculture Philippine Rice Research Institute. The rice variety approved by the Philippines is enriched with vitamin A precursor beta carotene to make it more nutritional. In the Philippines, around 17% of children under the age of 5 are deficient in vitamin A. Coming to the next, Skylo, Fish Corp Fed tie-up to improve fisherman safety profitability. Skylo, an IoT, that is Internet of Things based solutions provider, collaborated with the National Federation of Fishers Cooperatives in India to improve the safety, productivity, sustainability, and greater profitability of fishermen through technology. Under the partnership, Skylo will work with Fish Corp Fed in 4 main ways, that is safety, productivity, sustainability, and greater profitability. Skylo will provide IoT based solutions to marine fishing and aquaculture sectors, and it will also monitor and report the oxygen and pH levels of water in the ponds across the states. And about the National Federation of Fishers Cooperatives in India, it is the apex institution of the Indian Fisheries Cooperative Movement. It has been established in the year 1980 as All India Federation of Fishermen Cooperatives. The headquarters is in New Delhi. The president is Dr. T. Prasad Rao Dora. Coming to the next, a recently released World Trade Organization report has ranked India 9th among the top 10 list of agricultural produce exporters in 2019 with a share of 3.1% in global agri exports. European Union with a global share of 16.1% has replaced the US as the world's largest agricultural produce exporter. The US share is 13.8%. The report states that India holds a significant share in the export of rice, cotton, soybean, and meat. The WTO report documents the trends in world agricultural trade in the past 25 years from 1995. It compares the ranking and share of global agriculture exports in 1995 to the same in 2019. Yes, as we seen before, European Union ranks first in the share of global agricultural exports in 2019 with the share of 16.1%, followed by US with 13.8%, and the third place goes to Brazil with 7.8%. India is in the ninth place with share of 3.1%. Coming to the next, a 3-day United Nations Food Systems Pre-Summit 2021 was held in a hybrid mode, which was organized by the UN and the government of Italy in Rome. There, India was represented by Union Minister for Agriculture Sri Narendra Singh Tomar, who led the 15-member delegation. Our Union Minister virtually delivered the ministerial statement which emphasized the importance of agriculture in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, as 12 out of 17 Sustainable Development Goals are directly dependent on agriculture. And also, our minister thanked the UN for accepting the proposal of India to celebrate 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Coming to the next, Parliament passes the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2021. With this, NIFTM in Haryana and IIFPT in Tamil Nadu became institutions of national importance. Coming to the next, the government is implementing a livestock health and disease control program under which foot and mouth disease and Pestis des petits ruminants are two diseases which are taken up for eventual eradication. Both the diseases are of economic importance to the farmers. The FMD eradication is implemented under National Animal Disease Control Program since 2019-20. PPR eradication program under Livestock Health and Disease Control Scheme is implemented from 2021-22. Both FMD and PPR eradication programs are 100% centrally funded. It is envisaged to eventually eradicate FMD and PPR by 2030. Coming to the next, Union Agriculture Minister inaugurates 28th Regional Workshop of KVK of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. New agricultural reforms will bring prosperity to the agriculture sector, says Sri Narendra Singh Tomar. Coming to the next, central government to set up National Farmers Database. During a parliament session, our Union Minister Sri Narendra Singh Tomar stated that the central government is planning to create a National Farmers Database using digitized land records. The setting up of a national database will help in offering proactive and personalized services to the farmers, and the Agriculture Ministry has already started the work of creating AgriStack, a digital ecosystem of agriculture. Coming to the next, the ICR-NB-PGR, that is your National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, has evaluated 635 designated rice land races from Assam, Uttarakhand, Himachal and Chhattisgarh for major nutrients. Based on the farmer's preference, local demand and nutritional value of 24 land races from Assam are identified for promotion under a trade name of Native Basket. Of these, marketing of 4 land races, namely Amona Bao, Kola Joha, Boha Bet Guti, Ronga Bao, is already started. Similarly, 2 land races from Himachal are identified for promotion under the trade name Mountain Grain. Similarly, Chhattisgarh 15 land races are promoted through Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur under the brand name Indra. GI is obtained for popular small-seeded aromatic rice, Jeera Pool, and application for GI is submitted for landrace Nagri Dhrubraj. In this way, the national level institutes of agriculture are promoting the traditional varieties. Coming to the next, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Unnat Krishi Shiksha Yojana was launched to develop human resource in organic farming, natural farming, and cow-based economy for environmental sustenance and soil health. It was started with establishment of 100 centers. Under the scheme, 108 training programs were organized for the awareness of the farmers during the period of operation. And it's all about the previous week news, and I hope you have noted all the things. Thank you for all your supports, and do subscribe our channel for the next earliest updates by tapping on the bell icon. Thank you and see you all again.